Hello, my family, my brothers and sisters out there all over the world. Sorry it took me a minute to post another video. I've been struggling, um, questioning if I really should be doing this or not, or what I should speak from my story and what I shouldn't. So, yeah, I was trying to do one at least every couple days, but it's been a little while. I almost didn't do this. I was going to stop doing it altogether, even after I got the confirmation from God and everything else. I've been going through some spiritual stuff recently. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm not really myself either. So I'm gonna make this video short. Um, where did I start? Um, all right. When I was 7 years old, my mother had a girlfriend, that used to come over, and she had two kids. They were two boys, and they came over all the time, pretty often. So they became like my buddies, So we played outside all the time after school. We were always together. They were like my brothers. And there was one thing we used to do almost every day was run through this patch of woods, which was like a straight path that went down between and trees on either side, to an abandoned trailer that was in the back of the place. That was, we used to go in there and play and everything. We ran this same path every single day that we went. And this one particular day, because the brothers, one was 8, one was 6, and then I was 7. And when we would run, we would be like racing each other. And of course, his brother, oldest brother, would be ahead of me, and me next, and then his brother. Well, and we would always be looks like a pretty good distance away from each other as far as how we were running. And I remember this one particular day we were running the same path as we always do and everything. And when his brother was ahead of me, and I was ahead of his brother, like way ahead from his little brother. And I stopped. We both stopped, actually, him and his brother, because we heard this hurling scream that, as soon as I heard it, I knew somebody was in pain, and instantly started crying. I turned around and looked, and it's his brother, and he's laying on the ground and on his knees, and he's holding his arm like this, and he's freaking out. Well, his brother runs up to him, gets to him first and everything, and when I get there, his brother's freaking out, like freaking out, not knowing what to do. He's like, what do we do, what do we do? Like he was panicking. And for some reason, I wasn't panicking. Like, I was just, my mind was like, and I had calmed his brother down, and I told him, I was like, this is what we're gonna do. I said, help me stand him up. So we stood him up, and his brother was still freaking out, but I got him to calm down a little bit, and I took and put compression on it like this, because see, his arm was cut open from his wrist all the way to his elbow, filleted open all the way to the bone. So I pressed it together, and luckily we didn't live too terribly far from the house, and I told his brother to help me, get him to the house. So we get him to the house, and we stop over the carport, and I run inside, and our parents are sitting at the kitchen table drinking coffee. And I run in, and I'm hollering, I'm like, help, help, and my mom and their mom stopped, turned around and looked at me, and it was quiet. It seemed like forever. And they were just staring at me like in shock, and I'm like, help. I was like, so and so, is hurt. And the mother of the boys ended up getting up, running outside, and then my mother ran outside and everything. Anyways, they end up going to the hospital, all 4 of them, and I stayed there sitting on the patio. And I remember the sun went down. They didn't get back to like dark, and I just sat there, and I was in a daze, and my mind like was blank, and I was trying to figure out like what was going on. Like, that's when I was like not understanding like what just happened, what did I just do, type of stuff. And I was worried about if he was going to live or not, because he lost a lot of blood. And anyways, they get back, his mother gets out of the driver's seat and walks up to me, and she's bawling, and she's like, thank you. She's like, you saved my son's life. And my mother got out looking at me like just a dead stare, like she was confused, like, you know, and everything. And his brother got out, and his brother was fine. Apparently his brother had a blood transfusion because he lost so much blood. And his arm, they had, I forgot how many stitches he got, but they had, I remember his brother said they stitched it up on the inside, I guess, to close it together, and then they stitched it on the outside. And he had a hard cast on it. But yeah, you know, when I look, like, like I said in one of my other videos, God raised me because I was ignored. My mother didn't know how to read. She didn't know how to do math. And then I had ADHD. So, you know, in my mind, I always had like a trillion things going on at once. I mean, I didn't even sleep really at night because, not because of the dreaming and the bad and feeling the things in the night. That was part of it, but most of it was because I couldn't get my mind to stop. But nobody taught me what to do in a case like that. That was the first time I ever come to any kind of case like that where somebody was bleeding like that. And I knew exactly what to do, what it was going to do to help, and like everything. And then the being calm. Which I've had other incidents in my life where God has used me to happen to be in a particular place at the right time, you know, and help a few people. And I was always the calmest one out of anybody that might have been there. And I still don't understand that part. But you know, to me, that's God. You know, because literally I knew because I've heard, like, it's almost like his voice. I think it was like his voice, but it was more like my voice, but it was telling me exactly what to do, but it wasn't my voice. I knew it was God's. As I learned as I got gotten older from God's voice and this and that, it's a little different. Like, he don't speak to you like I'm speaking to you, you can hear noise. It's the way he speaks is not really your thoughts either, because it's more or less like it's a silent, like just whisper that without words, like with, you know what I mean, like almost like he's thinking it to me in a type sense, I guess you would say. And but that's just one incident. Like I said, I was gonna make this video short. I'm gonna try to post one sooner than this. I wanted to read out of the devotional today. Today's the 14th of May, and this is what it says. Yes, I know that the world is filled with greedy, selfish people who are out to get what they can get at any cost. But you, beloved, are not one of them. I tell you, rise up into the arms of the Comforter. Turn your dear head heavenward and praise me. Take your eyes off the workers of iniquity and be amazed at me and what I'm doing on the earth today. Make a goal to see beyond the obvious, live beyond the ordinary, believe beyond the possible, and go the extra mile and experience my miraculous power in all you do, and be amazed. Amen. I love y'all. If y'all can, you know, I don't know if it will help. If you feel like you feel like it, like if the Lord's leading you to please share this video. You know, only if you're drawn to do it. You know, you feel like it's something that you need to do. Because the only reason why I know God, like he has us do anything when he uses us as a vessel, is to help other people to learn what they need to learn, because so that they can move forward and excel in their life as far as human beings, and being a child of God, you know. So, you know, and I just pray that God will be done with this video. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Bye.